Yo, dudes, B-Man with Verdicks here with Nick and Denny. We're going to finish tonight. We're going to finish the rest of the list of the things your father or a positive male role model in your life should have told you. Boys, how you doing?
Can't complain, man.
I'm good to be, man. Lining up for Thanksgiving, right, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to wrapping up this list. I feel like we've been doing this for months on end. And if anybody has actually watched this and enjoyed it, God bless you.
There has been about 100 items on this list. Literally, if you were told everything that was on this list, I'm pretty sure you'd turn into Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, you might turn out to be the perfect gentleman. Yeah. Starting with number one, nice guys don't finish last, but boring guys do. I think both of those probably finish last.
Who finishes first?
Usually me.
I can get behind it. I can see what they're trying to say. Like, obviously, if you're a gentleman, it's gonna take you places. Like, people notice people with manners, women, especially nowadays with how many creeps and stuff there are out there. If you've got a guy that just treats you good or is just kind to other people, like, you're already a leg up, because I feel like there's so much disrespect out there in the world.
Sure.
But also, like, there's nothing wrong with being boring either. You know, like what someone considers boring might be like really cool to a whole other group of people. So, yeah, everybody finds their niche. You know, everybody finds their group. Everybody finds the people that have the similar likes that you do. So, I'd say assholes finish last. You know, just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that, you know, finish last.
I get behind that. Agreed.
Yeah. I don't like that bullshit about like bad boys, you know, like girls like the bad boy. Like, yeah, maybe when you're 13, but not when you're like an adult. A girl wants someone that like they can rely on, who has like a good head on their shoulders, a job, and can provide.
Yeah. Plus, there's like a million other girls.
Yeah.
So just go for one of them.
Yeah. True story.
The second one is to find your passion and figure out how to get paid for it. I mean, doesn't everybody want to do this?
Easier said than done,
right?
Yeah.
If that was true, I'd be a rock star.
Thanks, Joe Rogan.
Yeah. Yeah.
The third one, don't let the little head do the thinking for the big head.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like you guys are looking at me. Yeah. Yeah. Had a lot of that in my life. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. Don't do that.
No matter their job status, everyone deserves your respect. Yeah, I agree.
100%.
Yeah. I love that saying that you treat the guy that you know, opens doors or, you know, sweeps the parking lot the same as the guy that the CEO. You know, everyone just out there, you don't know anyone's situation. You don't know how hard they work or what it took for them to even get to that job or where they were in their life. So, yeah, everyone deserves respect.
Absolutely.
There's so many stories about the company I work for now, where like people that are new employees that meet the actual owner who started the company. I mean, 9 hotels. Guy drives a Nissan Maxima, and you know, before that, it was like a Ford Taurus that had like 2 pistons that were broke. He was only gifted the Nissan Maxima. Otherwise, I think he would still be driving the Ford Taurus, and dresses like, you know, you and I. So there are times where he has pulled up at the valet because it's one of his hotels, and like there's interactions. And then when they're done, they're like, dude, that was, you know, and they're like, what? It's like, yeah, you never know who you're interacting with. Like,
yeah, that's true.
If you're the guy that's like, sir, you're driving a Ford Taurus and you're valeting it. Like, yeah, I am, because this is my hotel, you know, like, yeah, like you never know. You never know.
Would you ever think that Mark Davis, the owner of the Raiders, owned the Raiders or had that much wealth and success?
Yeah.
Look at that, dude. No.
Same thing with like Mark Cuban. When I look at like Mark Cuban, I don't think that he's just like G'd up, you know, like, yeah. And you know what? I respect that too. Like, I respect the guys that have all that money, like an Adam Sandler, right? We always talk about
Adam Sandler's all time.
Yeah, if I had
the best.
Yeah, if I had millions of dollars, I still wouldn't change the way I dress. I would still just I'd probably get schlubbier. You know,
I would just have everything tailored. I would have the same low level like Kohl's t-shirts, but I'd bring them somewhere to be tailored. Yeah.
no way, dude. I'd be like, finally, I can wear sweatpants out of the house.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're going to get
The
to that.
baggier, the better.
The most important thing you can learn is personal responsibility. It's a bad job to overcome them.
If bad things happen,
Bad things happen.
Your
Your
job
job
to
to
overcome
overcome them.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's life, right? Like shit's gonna happen. You're gonna make mistakes. Some of them are in your control, some of them are out of your control, but regardless, it's your job to own up and do what you got to do.
Yeah. Plus, it gets people off your back. Just admit it when you make a mistake or you played something the wrong way. Just admit it.
Yeah.
And people are quick to be like, "Oh, okay, fine."
And also, too, like if you made a mistake, which everyone does, and you own up to it, and the other person, it's just something they can't overcome. You can at least look at yourself in the mirror and be like, you were willing. You know,
Yeah.
You don't want to have that shit haunt you until like the end of your days by not, confronting it.
Good.
Yeah.
The next one, the first one to get angry loses. I've heard that before.
I've witnessed it. Like I've witnessed it as I've managed, like when two people have like a disagreement or whatever it is, and the conversation's drawn out. The first person that really like lets their emotions flare.
Yeah, it should say emotional. The first thing emotional.
Yeah.
Typically that's the person that's in the wrong and they're just getting like overly defensive. And like once that anger and stuff starts to come out, like then the rest spills out. And I've also like in my own like younger years when I had a bit of a temper, like if you ever got into a fight with like your then girlfriend or something, like the worst thing you can do when you're trying to like explain something or have a disagreement and just move past it is to get angry, start cursing and stuff like that, because then all your validity is just like, they're like, okay, like whatever. We were having a cordial discussion and now you're just yelling. Like everyone, as soon as you start yelling, then the person that you're talking to is like wall comes up, and like you've got to, you're better off just walking away until you both have cooler heads.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Yeah.
A man does what needs to be done without complaining. I
don't think I'm a man then.
Yeah, I like that, but it's you definitely have to complain about the job, especially when it's a terrible job or you don't have the right tools.
Well, there's a caveat to that, I think.
Yeah,
there's a caveat to that, right? Like we complain to each other, but we don't complain to like our wives. Right. Like that's like you guys are my outlet. Like if I'm like, Jesus Christ, it took me forever to paint that, that room today. Like I'm not going to go to like my wife and be like, oh my, like I'll get on a call with you guys and be like, you're never going to believe what I had to do on Saturday. Like you just do what you got to do for your family. And then like I can talk to you guys about that stuff.
It's one of those things like I will complain a lot, but it's always still going to get done.
Yeah.
Like, so that's kind of where like, I disagree with it a little bit. I might gripe and piss and moan, but I'm going to do it anyway and it's going to get done. So
usually it's to myself while I'm doing the thing, I'll be under the kitchen sink being like, God damn this stupid goddamn garbage disposal.
Yeah. And I think that what we're doing is we're guilty of applying this just to home projects. But when you think about what needs to be done without complaining is taking out the trash, maintaining the cars, making sure the kids are picked up or, that you're doing your share around the house. So like those things, obviously we feel, yes, those should be done without complaining.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, definitely when it comes to that home improvement project that you're not particularly fond of, I think that's okay to complain. You have to grunt to let the anger out.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
The next one is to never stop learning. And definitely. It's just find what you're interested in and follow it.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. It only makes you better. Audible's amazing.
Yeah. and whatever you're interested in, just follow it. Go for it. Dive in.
And it really has to be hard to not be learning something at all. Like I feel like I'm learning something all the time.
Yes.
Right. Like, whether it's helping my kids with like schoolwork or whatever, or, something new at work, or you're always learning something. So you really have to go out of your way to not want to learn something.
Mm-hmm.
Like really just simple basic applications in life and, life around you. You're constantly learning something.
As long as you're
evolves.
present. Yeah. Like you could have a conversation with anybody and take something away from it.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if it's something that you never want to do. You can walk away from a conversation and be like, wow, I never want to speak to someone like that dude just spoke to me.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Danny, this goes back to your sweatpant comment. Always go out into public dressed like you're about to meet the love of your life.
Garbaggio.
But if the love of your life also loves sweatpants.
Yes, exactly.
It's okay.
Yeah, because
the love of your life should love you
memes.
how you are. Right?
Yeah,
They should accept you how you are.
Yeah.
You keep seeing those memes where it says, it's gray sweatpants season. And that's something about guys wearing gray sweatpants. I refuse to leave the house in sweatpants or pajama bottoms, but I guess that's some people's thing.
Yeah.
I won't go in pajama bottoms. But
I have the
plaid
same
pajama
rule.
bottoms, I draw the line.
Yeah, I wouldn't go out in pajama bottoms. I've only recently gone out in some like track pants, which I feel like are the closest I'll go to a sweatpant.
So I have like sweatpant joggers, like nicer sweatpant joggers, and I went to the playground today in those. Like, if I'm going food shopping, that's what I'm wearing. Like,
and
I'm not going to throw on.
If it's paired nice with a good pair of sneakers.
Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not going to go to like Aldi's and throw on jeans and my boots and like a button down for like 25 minutes of food shopping.
Yeah, I think Denny's got in his head the guy who goes out in his sweatpants and his slippers to go buy milk at Heritage.
Right. Yeah, or just I remember like this one kid we were friends with all through middle school, elementary school, and high school. He part of his everyday outfit was pajama bottoms.
Yeah, I would see a lot of
buying shirts to like match his pajama bottoms. And I remember thinking like, what the fuck you doing, man? Like that just doesn't look right. It doesn't like you thought enough to put together an outfit, but you chose plaid pajama bottoms to do it.
I saw a lot of that at Nifty 50s, like at breakfast. People would roll in the Nifty 50s at breakfast with like plaid pajama bottoms and a hoodie on and socks with like slide-ons. And you're like,
grown men.
You could have just put on a different pair of pants and worn that, and it would have been okay.
Yeah, so I would be more, if I was teaching this to my children, I would say, go out into public like you're dressing for to meet the Pope or something like, or to get a job or something like that. Not the love of your life.
Yeah, something you're not ashamed. Like if you looked at yourself in the mirror, you're not ashamed of it.
Yeah.
I wish like time travel existed, because then you could like tell your kids, like they could just travel to the future a little bit and be like, okay, when you have kids, would you want your kids to go out the way you're looking right now?
Right.
Like you'll understand what I'm saying one of these days.
Shout out to my wife who always dresses my kids well. That makes a big difference.
Same here, dude. With a little girl, dear God. Yeah, it's rough.
I've just given up and let them wear whatever they want. Like Henry has gone out to the store wearing like bright green St. Patty's Day top hat, or like a Revolutionary War hat that we got at the Constitution Center, and like a tight fitting t-shirt and shorts. And I'm just like, is that what you want? All right, man, we're doing it. It takes longer to convince them to change.
Oh, he put that together from the Goodwill store. Oh.
I like it, Danny. I like it.
That ties right into the next one. Very good.
Yeah, don't change yourself just to make someone happy.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. Especially don't do it for a girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then you're never going to be happy.
Loves you for who you are.
Agreed. If you're the smartest person in the room, then you're in the wrong room. Yeah.
It's like one of those sayings where it's like you're you're only as smart as like the people you surround you with. Like if you're a good leader, you want to surround yourself with people that are like smarter than you.
Right.
So I get that.
It applies to everything. Like friends,
Yep.
Like people you work with, people you socialize with. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Luck favors the prepared. Isn't that what they say about luck is where opportunity meets preparedness?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so. Do you believe in luck?
I believe in like right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Like you get in on something, you just happen to be at the right place at the right time or get the right information at the right time and you choose to do the right thing with it.
Yeah.
But I understand what they're trying to say. Like if there is such a thing as luck, it's more likely to like occur if you're prepared,
Yeah. Yeah. And
Like-
I would correct.
Yeah.
Or fortune favors the prepared, right?
Yeah. Like going for an interview, you're more likely to get the job. Like you're lucky to get the job if you're prepared versus like being unprepared. You may consider that luck, but it's probably not.
Denny, what's your take on luck?
I think it applies more towards like having the confidence to take that risk. Like being more risky and confident in that decision. But I don't associate that with preparedness.
Okay.
I speak for like example, my brother-in-law, he's one of those, if he gets unhappy in his job, he'll be like, quit my job today. And you're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? I'll get another job. And within like less than a day, he'll have another job all lined up. And it's better than the last one every single time. Like it just always seems to work out for him that way. And it's that level of confidence that just says, yeah, I know what I can offer. I know what I'm capable of doing. I'm just going to take that chance and I'm confident in my decision and it always works out for him. I would consider it luck, certainly to a degree. The right opportunities happen to open up for you at that very moment as well.
Yeah.
When you say, I'm moving on from this and something else opens up, that's a better situation.
I'm going to say luck definitely does exist because when I think back on my life, I've been nothing but lucky. Like good parents, good career, made a lot of mistakes that somehow I still turned out to have like a good life, like good wife, good kid, good friends. Like I didn't prepare for all of that.
Sure.
A lot of that was just fell into my lap. Like it's the luck definitely does exist. And I guess if you consider yourself lucky, you'd be even more prone to having things happen if you prepared.
Yeah, it's all basically the law of attraction, right?
Yeah.
It does play into the next one, which is women find confidence sexy as hell. Yeah, I think that's true. I think chicks dig that.
I think they do. I don't know if I'm an authoritative person. I think we should ask women if it's like that big of a deal. It could be like you think you're being confident, but you're actually being a pompous ass. Like, but yeah, I think in certain situations, like confidence in like the tire's flat, I'm gonna change it just to walk out and be like, yeah, I'm gonna change that tire. I think they find stuff like that sexy. I don't know if necessarily, and this is again, like I probably am talking completely out of my ass. I think like confidence in approaching a girl is can come off very wrong if done a certain way.
It can come off arrogant.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So confidence in certain things, but definitely not confidence in like, hey, did it hurt when you fell from heaven? All right. Okay.
Then the next one is do whatever you want to do, but be the best at it. I mean, to a degree, right? Because I like to play video games, but I don't care if I'm the best at it.
Right.
Like there are some things I do
never stop trying to be the best at it.
Yeah, maybe.
But like knowing full well you're not going to, but you're still going to try and achieve that status.
That's a weird one for me because it's like it should. I like if whatever you want to do, like that encompasses a lot in life. Like I don't think I'll ever be like the top 1% in anything, but like when I combine all the things that I like to do, like I would think that I'm more of like a complete package. So like I'm not the best runner, I'm not the best swimmer, I'm not the best like weightlifter, I'm not the best on like a cycling bike, but I'm really good at all of them. You know what I mean? And I value being like really good at all of them more than I would be to be like, I'm not going to do any of the other ones. I'm just going to concentrate on being the best runner. You know,
What if what you want to do is to just lay on the couch all day?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I am the best couch potato there is.
like if I wanted to be the best, I would like move back to where you guys are and just be the best at hanging out with you guys. Like,
yeah. None of us would pay bills.
Yeah. That's a tricky one.
Yeah, that's a tricky one. I like the part where it says just do whatever you want to do. Let's leave it at that.
Not pay my bills and hang out with my boys.
The last one, we finally made it through this list of 1 million. No one is on their deathbed wishing they had spent more time at work. Dude,
yeah.
I'm still guilty of this. Even up till last week, driving back and forth to and from a conference for no reason other than I wanted to prove that I could do it. And I had some obligation to work that I thought was there, but on my deathbed, I would go, that was a waste of my time and energy.
I agree 100%. I always laugh when there's those people that you work with that are like, I haven't taken a day off. And what have you gotten for that? Have they highlighted you? Have you gotten more raises? Or you're going to be able to retire earlier? Like, no, they haven't even recognized you for that. Like maybe when you retire 20 years from now, they're going to give you like that certificate that says perfect attendance. Like, whoopity-doo, you know, like it's crazy.
Most time lost.
Yeah.
Use it or lose it. I never took any of it.
It reminds me too, Bri, a lot about the Goggins book. Like when he says he dies and he goes up to heaven, you know, he wants God to have that list that's like, you know, you did it all, you know, like you accomplished everything. He doesn't want God to have a list that's like, hey, you know, like these are all the things you could have done if you just put in the time and the effort and stuff like that. I think there's a lot of that. If all of your focus is in work, like these are all the other things you could have done, like this family vacation that created memories here, like this game that you missed of your kids, this time where you couldn't go and pick them up from school, this, that, you know, like the bottom line is like work is always going to be there.
Yeah.
Always.
I apply that and I'm guilty of it and I still need to work on it. Someone said that, gave me a very similar statement, but they compared it to saying with like my obsession with like having my house clean, right? And they were like, do you think that when you get older your kids are going to be like, oh wow, our house is always so clean?
Yeah.
You know, like, no, they're going to be like, yeah, dad was always insane about cleaning the house, instead of being like, yeah, we played a lot of games, it was really fun and cool, you know, like, and you know, it's definitely one that's a vice of mine that I've recognized and I know I need to work on. I still have that block. I can't, but something I think about a lot, you know, like that I don't remember who said it to me, but I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's true.
It's true.
I had a boss once tell me, when I asked him if I could leave a conference early to go to a wedding, he looked at me in the eye and said, oh, I've missed lots of weddings and parties over the years. And at that moment, I thought, that's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
100%.
Like you chose that. You chose not to go and be at a family function so you could work.
Yeah.
That was a choice. Some people don't have a choice.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for those folks. Yeah. Like you're obligated to take the time because there are people who can't take the time.
Yeah. We were one of the companies I was with the one time we were acquired by a larger firm, and it was very much like, you know, you just worked, and the only way you became successful there or were recognized was through all the extra effort and all the work. And I remember one time, one of my project managers that had come over from the old company was like, yeah, we're working on this. We haven't gotten to completing that yet. And the guy says, well, there's 24 hours in every day. And he just looked at him and he said, you pay me for 8. And that's all you're getting out of me. Like, if that's going to be a problem, tell me. And, you know, like, I have no problems finding it somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, I've always remembered that as well. And even now, like, my boss will a little bit be like, you know, even when you go on vacation, you don't fully disconnect. Like, you check your emails. And I really like that. He sees that as a good thing. And I'm thinking to myself, why am I checking my emails while I'm on vacation?
Yeah.
You know, like, make sure projects are running, things are getting done right. And I'm doing it at night when, like, no one else doing anything. It's all downtime. But it's still time I shouldn't be looking and putting towards anything. But it's almost seen as like, if you don't do that, you're not putting out all that extra effort that you should.
But that's
Instead
all
of
been,
being like, no, that's your time
brainwashed.
off. Yeah.
It's all been
yeah.
brainwashed into us to feel guilty like that.
Yeah.
I think
It's an old school mentality. Yeah.
Like, if my bosses like shadowed me, they'd be like, dude, you're the worst manager ever. But if you asked my people, they'd be like, you're the best manager ever. Because
Right.
I like my mentality to everyone I manage and all my people are, look, come and go and do as you want as long as you get your shit done. If your shit's done, it doesn't matter to me. Like, if at the end of the day, after 6 hours, everything I needed you to do was done and there's nothing else that you can help out with, what's the point of sticking around and doing absolutely nothing? Be on your way, because there will be days where we're here 9 hours or 10 hours. So take advantage of the days when you can and then work when you won't. Now, if 6 hours comes around and I'm looking for you because you didn't hand in your 2 projects that I needed from you, that's a different story. But like, work is not everything.
Yep,
It's
work
not.
is not. I agree. All right. Well, that wraps up the list. Finally finished it up. Stay tuned for a little bit more. We're going to go in a different direction. We just haven't said it yet. I think we're going to try to do a Thanksgiving food ranking maybe this week. So we'll post that up here shortly. All right. Well, until next time, a happy Thanksgiving. Shields up.
Shields up.